Okay, this will be the last video for now. So if you look, again, we're in assignments under groups. If you look down for each warm-up, initial, and final, there's a place, if it's red, it's an assignment, and you turn it in there. But there's instructions, and here's the blank protocol. So if you click on that, you get a blank protocol. So once you have it figured out, you've got your population, your scenario. Of course, your warm-ups will look a little bit different. But once you have an idea of what you're going to do, then you start filling out the protocol. This will help you go through the process of, okay, now I kind of have an idea of what am I actually going to do, okay? So warm-up's a little different, so I'm going to open up the initial. So we have the rubric. And, well, we've got the protocol, and then we've got the rubric too. Okay, so rubric, here's what you'll be graded on. This is for your protocol. All right, different criteria there. And then out of 25 points. And then for group leading, there'll be a different rubric. Okay, so I'm going to close that out. You can look at that on your own. So again, go through the process that I just talked about in terms of what is your population, what does that look like in terms of what symptoms they have, look at what that's going to focus on. Our previous example was personality disorders and social participation. And you've already done that intervention planning process as far as what does your theory say of how you might go about thinking about those problems and how you might go about educating or doing your interventions. Okay, so when you go to fill this out, your target population for our example was personality disorders. That will come right off that scenario. So you'll give your group a title. You'll give kind of a brief summary introduction of what your group's going to be about. List your frame of reference. That'll come off your scenario. And your purpose is kind of related to your focus. So don't just put social participation. What specific area are you going to address in terms of social participation? Okay. What evidence did you use to support what your intervention is? Use either APA or MLA. I'm okay with either one. Use the OWL, the OWL Purdue Writing Lab. That will give you your correct citing information. Use that. Then what are your goals and outcomes when you're doing this group intervention? Group membership size, that should be, you should know, depending on what lab you're in, how many people are going to be in there. And then what populations are indicated. We kind of give you that a little bit in terms of it's going to be, for example, in our example, the personality disorders. Okay, so you're going to go through this whole membership criteria is, are there any members of that population that you would leave out for any particular reason? Limitation or contraindications. I think you guys know about that. Is there something present in your population that you would want to be careful of? So go through and work some of this out, go through that process, okay? If you have questions, reach out to me. If you want to submit, most of the assignments that you have due in Blackboard are opened up to multiple submissions. So I don't get a notification if you submit something. I have to go in and look directly at group leading. So you may submit your group for me to kind of give you feedback, or what would be really helpful is if you guys ask specific questions rather than me going through the whole assignment. It's like grading it several times, which, if need be, I can do that. But That gets really time consuming, which then sometimes takes me away from doing other tasks, which might be also more helpful to you or the class as a whole. So if you need specific feedback, contact me, send me a copy, whatever. Somehow let me know that you need feedback and what your questions are. So as you're going through this process, I'm certainly here to help. It's going to be difficult. I understand that. You're probably going to feel like a little bit overwhelmed. I think that's normal because this is the end of this whole class. And so you're putting together all of what you've been learning all term to be able to do the planning and intervention of a group intervention and then eventually to lead it. So it is a difficult task, but it's certainly, and you've never done it. So yeah, it's going to be hard for you, and you may feel a bit overwhelmed, especially given that we're in this kind of environment. But I think it's going to be exactly what you're going to have to do when you're a therapist, and this is the time to kind of go through that process and become comfortable with it, okay? I'm here to help you. I'm here. We can do whatever form you want, video chat, screen shares, whatever. So just let me know when you need help or if you want to just run something by me, okay? So hopefully after these videos, you feel like you have a better understanding of what the group assignments are about. And again, don't be afraid to give me feedback. I might think I'm explaining it well, and I might have not said something that I should have, or maybe I thought I had explained something and I didn't. So I'm looking for feedback too if you have some ideas as far as that. So wish you the best on this process, and reach out to me.